How did you see the second period as it developed?
Great until we gave up a shorthanded goal, and then it wasn't so great. So first of all, a shorthanded goal, and the next one was a power play goal. And I didn't like our response after that. I don't think our guys liked our response after that, and the score was a score.
Did you like how the group was defending to that point, being patient, I guess?
Yeah, the game to that point until that, again, the power play hasn't been good, and we give up a shorthanded goal after playing a solid game in a tough building and keeping it tight, 0-0. Not a lot of chances, not a lot of opportunities either way. So a good effort to that point, and then that lapse, and I didn't like our response afterwards. It was enough of a letdown there that we couldn't get back to much until to the game we needed to play really until the third period, and that's disappointing.
This four-game skid you're on, what's not clicking? What do you really, first of all, need to see improve?
You got to work your way through it. So we have to compete and work. And again, you saw some time in the third period where that's how we need to play: fearless, aggressive, assertive, and competitive. And again, I think we're overthinking the game. You try to overthink it at this speed, and it's not good enough.
Is the overthinking something you saw in the power play, or?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When it comes to not just one unit but both, what would you like to see in terms of just creating more chances and maybe not, fewer turnovers, that sort of thing?
We'd like to see all of that, create more chances and fewer turnovers. But no, it's we'll look at it, Lance, and try to keep it as simple and direct as we can. But we are definitely complicating it. We're definitely in our own heads on it, and it is something that happens, and you got to work your way through it. And the faster you do it, the better, obviously.
Given all the time on special teams, do you feel like you really even got a good sense of what those lines, can do with those groups?
As I said prior, and this has to be a group effort. We're talking about the whole team here that needs to push out of this, and I want them to push out of it. I want them to push out of it, knowing that you don't have to. The feeling is you're on the bench with them. You see them when you have the same lines and same combinations over and over, and they're again we're in our own heads a little bit, coming back from the break. When you switch those things up, it's a whole team that has to focus, and we need that. We need our guys to get back to that whole team and what we need to play as a team and how we need to play as a team, and we'll get it. They'll get it. There's no question about it. It's frustrating because it's not here yet, but it's going to happen. There's no doubt about it with this group. So, the push to the end was real good. But I'd be restating the obvious from that point of some of the frustration. I thought the first part of the game, we gave up very few chances, and the amount of goals that went in on chances was unfortunate. It happens. But again, we could restate the obvious, but the need is to push forward.
You got 30 games left or so, and you're still in the postseason mix. Do you find this a really critical point of the season with some urgency to get it going here before you possibly fall out of contention?
Yeah, again, I could sit here and state the obvious. Everybody that knows our situation, it's obvious. I mean, nobody wants to hear me restate that. So we've got to push forward. We've got to, it's obvious what we have to. Everything's obvious. So I have faith in our guys. We'll push. We'll push again tomorrow in practice and demand more. And I know this group will demand more of themselves, and I'm very comfortable with that. That they'll do that.
Do you sense the position you guys are in has caused any of that overthinking or being in your own heads?
The break, yeah, that can be a cause. I mean, we can sit and speculate. I can, when you don't win, everything you say, you didn't win, and like I said, who wants to hear why you lost? We got to find ways to win and find ways to get better. So yeah, whatever caused it is an excuse at this point. So push forward. And again, tomorrow's another day of skating and the next game. But this group, again, will find the way. I'm confident of that.